Have you ever seen the show, The Junior Bake Off? Well, it's a brilliant show about young kids who know how to bake and they do this baking competition. Something I found quite interesting that I watched recently is that they do something called a technical, where these bakers get a recipe on how to bake something. They don't know what it looks like, they don't know what it tastes like, they just have these instructions and they have to go. And it got me thinking, how is a recipe like your business's processes? So when people ask me, what's a business process? Well, it can mean a lot of different things to different people, but essentially a business process is a list of instructions of how to do something. Just like a recipe is a way to follow those instructions in order to be able to get a final product like this biscotti. Your business processes are a list of instructions so that way people can do the task at hand. These kids had some pretty basic to advanced knowledge on how to bake and the different techniques and the different items and the different baked goods that are out there to be able to do this. Something to think about when you're writing your business processes: who is your audience? Who are you trying to explain this process to? Is it somebody who has no knowledge of the process and you're teaching them the ways to do this from start? Or somebody who has the general knowledge and they're just needing to learn how to do it at your company? Another way is, how do you present your information? How do you present these business processes? For the baking show, they had just a very short list of instructions. When you're trying to teach employees on how to do this task, it can really benefit them with photos, with illustrations, with videos, with more complete instructions on how to find out how to actually do the task at hand. And then the third thing is to test out the information. For the Junior Bake Off show, I'm assuming that someone is doing it in a test kitchen and they are going in and they're testing out the instructions to make sure that people can get it. So when you're putting together your processes, your instructions on how to do things, give it to somebody else to review if you're the one who wrote them. Oftentimes you think things are clear, but that's not necessarily always the case. So the next time you're ready to document your business's processes, keep in mind those three things. 1, write the instructions to your audience. Number 2, give lots of different ways to explain the process and give different examples and different ways to illustrate it. And finally, test it out. Have other people read your instructions and see if it's clear or not. So now you have a recipe for success when it comes to your business processes. Cheers.